right, welcome back. Episode 130 of Chaotically Intolerant. We have a brand new guest, our co-host somewhat. We'll see how he likes it. Caleb Williams, not the USC quarterback. I think we have to say that every single time. Although you aren't black, so that was pretty easy to tell.
Not even close.
But we'll be seeing a lot more of him. He does a lot of writing for us, so especially in baseball season, we'll be talking a lot of the Red Sox. But I think the world is waiting on Stephen A. Smith. We have to hear from Stephen A. Smith after the Cowboys lose. I figured I had to get that out before we go into anything else. The Cowboys are ass, and I was wrong about him too.
Dude, Dak in the playoffs, man. Something just clicks with him. But
I think it's Jerry Jones more than anything. It's Jerry. He's the problem.
How much of it's going to be put on Mike McCarthy, though?
Well, they're going to fire him. They're going to fire Dan Quinn. Dak is in his last year of his contract, so they're probably going to draft a quarterback. I mean, or at least go out and find somebody. They got to do something at this point, because I can't imagine they're going to want to ride with him long term.
You never know. I mean, they paid him all that money. Who knows if they're going to give it to him again?
It's the last year of his deal, though. He's going to have a $45 million or $54 million cap hit. They're going to do something, and it's going to be hilarious to me. They're just so bad. I mean, it's never their year. It's never going to be their year.
No, never. They gotta make some big changes in there.
Yeah. Let's jump into the wheel. Today, actually, I should take Curtis off. It's Caleb's choice. But we do have the wheel today. On the wheel, name an athlete. The Sopranos on TikTok. The NCAA 24 football video game being delayed. The Immaculate Grid. Flight Etiquette. Peacock sucks. Plain poop. NFL coaching changes. Sporkle. Yeah, that's it. So let's do a little bit. Spin the wheel. We'll probably spin it 5 times today. We'll see how we do. All right. First, my choice. Where do I go with this? Well, I've been getting torn apart on social media because of a clip that I posted about the Houston Texans and Browns game. I guess I can address it like Dak Prescott would address his loss today. The Cleveland Browns went out there. We went out, we fought. Good, a long fight. We had a great season. Great defense. But sometimes your takes are just not going to land. You're just going to miss on a take sometimes, and you just have to wear it on your chest. Wear it like a man, and I did. I missed on that take, and also the fact that my co-host didn't have any visual. He didn't have any camera on last episode. That hurts. I was the face of that take. Nobody even talks about Mike getting it wrong too, saying he thinks Cleveland is going to win pretty easily. But I'll take the brunt of it. I'm the CEO. I'm the president. So I'm the starting quarterback. So I'm always going to take the brunt of it. But it wasn't good whatsoever. Yeah.
I mean, you did get one take right. You did say, didn't you say the Texans are not going to walk away from this feeling bad? And
I did say that. Let's not forget about that.
So you didn't go full zero for it takes you throughout.
Let me think. I said it would be a resounding win for the Cleveland Browns. I said Myles Garrett was going to be all over C.J. Stroud. I even threw a little meme in there of Ralph Wiggum saying he's in danger, and it's C.J. Stroud. So just completely missed on all aspects of the take. But listen, good or bad press is good press, right? Any press is good press, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest Twitter accounts or X accounts is Old Takes Exposed. So maybe we're getting closer to the big boys.
I tried to get them to post us. They just they didn't post us. I tried to get them to post the video, but they didn't. But that's what I mean. Barstool makes their money off of horrible takes, right? That's kind of what they do.
Of course.
So it makes sense.
That's all of PMT. PMT is a lot of great legendary bad takes.
I mean, the entire Barstool main page is like Mean Girls and it used to be Call Her Daddy, or it used to be Mean Girls. Now it's nothing. But they were posting horrible shit, and they were getting thousands of views every day. So I'll take whatever I can get. But again, I'll wear it on the chest. Anyone who listens, I can't imagine anyone would want to listen based on that clip. But you never know. People just might want to come and laugh at me. But laugh at the sad clown, right? Huh?
Engagement's engagement.
That's all. Yeah, that's all you need. So a short one, very short topic. Figured it doesn't need to be addressed. We all know. We all know it was horrible. Let's see. All right, Peacock sucks. So I'll let you get your take off on Peacock first. They were obviously the first NFL game exclusive to Peacock.
I kind of loved it and hated it. As someone who took marketing classes in college, that's phenomenal marketing. Make the Swifties hop on there and see their girl spending how much was it for a Peacock subscription? I didn't watch a second of that game.
Oh, I think you could have gotten it for like $5, $10.
Still, that's a lot of Swifties paying you $5 or $10. But from a fan's perspective, didn't love it because I'm a Patriots fan. I'm not spending money to watch Patrick Mahomes and Tua and Tyreek. I'm not paying money for it.
It just feels like they're nickeling and diming us now because I pay for the ticket. Because, or you know what? Let's have a conversation. You're gonna be the NFL fan. I'm gonna be the NFL. Okay, but you're a Patriots fan living in Florida, so obviously you can't watch all the games. Well, if you paid a certain amount of money to be able to see all the Pats games, you would pay that, right?
Yeah, sure.
So I have a service for you called the NFL Sunday Ticket, and we're gonna advertise it as getting every single game. You can watch whatever game you want, no matter what. You're gonna pay, it's probably about $400 a year, which we know that's steep, but to watch all these games, it's probably worth it for you. You're gonna spend your Sundays watching Red Zone and almost all the games. That sounds pretty reasonable, right? That's a good deal.
Yeah, I'd take that.
Well, it's only out of market games, but you have cable anyways, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, you're still gonna watch the games if you're on cable. And then you'll watch the out-of-market games when you want. That's pretty fair, right? I mean, again, it's pricey, but it's fair, I would say.
Relatively.
Well, we know that things are getting expensive. We know that streaming services are going to be the new thing. We have a new ad deal, or we have a new deal coming up with YouTube. DirecTV expired. You would assume that, hey, maybe we'll jump the price a little bit more through YouTube, but we're going to make all the games, no matter what, available to you. That sounds reasonable, right? I mean, we're not going to do that, but that sounds like the most reasonable thing to do. We said out-of-market games. Well, we're actually moving Thursday Night Football to Amazon Prime, so you're going to have to pay like $5 a month for that. Sorry that you bought it. Sorry that you thought that's what the product was. But even though it's an in-market game, we're still going to move it to Prime because fuck you. And then we're going to nickel and we're going to make you pay for Peacock now, on top of all those other subscription services that you do have to pay for, including cable and the Sunday Ticket, now Amazon Prime. Now we want you to pay for Peacock just to watch another playoff game between arguably the greatest regular season offense we've seen and the Kansas City Chiefs, who are basically the New England Patriots of the 2020s. To me, that sounds like they're just trying to nickel and dime you to death. It's fucking annoying. I mean, it's like, we know the NFL doesn't care about us, but could they not be so blatant about it?
Yeah, there's just too many of these streaming services and too many different ways to watch these games. And dude, it's getting frustrating as a fan, honestly. Like, it's got me to the point where I wasn't going to watch a playoff game. I mean, it's a wild card round, but it's the playoffs, and it's a streaming service that's probably kept a decent amount of people from watching it. At least.
Well, the one people tried to say that, oh, like the older people, they don't know how to figure out Peacock. And I saw a video on my TikTok come up of somebody saying, "Hey, NFL, like you made this. We've been on the phone with our parents for an hour trying to figure this out." And that's the one thing where I'm like, I mean, you knew this was going on for a week. You couldn't do this phone call a week ago, 5 days ago, 4 days ago, the day before. They were complaining that on game day it was a problem. That's the one area where I'm like, I have no sympathy for you. You didn't prepare.
Yeah, I kind of felt like this came out.
Yeah. Also, the app was just horrible to use at the time. I mean, I've had Peacock for a while. I watched The Office. I watched King of Queens. I watched like all the crappy or like the comedy sitcoms that they have on there. So I was used to it, and I didn't have an issue, but it was stopping, it was lagging. They clearly weren't prepared whatsoever, which was also really disappointing to me. That that you're doing that and now you're not even prepared.
Yeah, I've never had Peacock, but if the Patriots are ever in the playoffs again, and I feel like rewatching The Office, maybe I'll consider.
I don't know if the Patriots will ever be in the playoffs again.
Hey, my number three pick taking us to the top. Gerard.
Gerard Mayo. I'm not going to talk coaching because it's on the wheel, so I don't want to take
We'll
away from
hold
the
it.
wheel. But yeah, we'll hold off on that. But overall, the NFL just they're I feel like they're all kind of doing the same thing. What we need is an app where you pay one flat fee and they're like, we're gonna give you the main ones. We're gonna give you Peacock, we're gonna give you Netflix, we're gonna give you Amazon, we're gonna give you the probably top 5 to 10. Or you just pick a package because I just don't want all the charges coming off my account at different times during the month. That's more annoying to me.
Yeah, they got the chance to become that subscription that you forget about for a few months as it just
Oh,
continuously
easily.
charges your card.
Well, that's most. I
It's
think
doing us
that's
too
most
well.
subscription services.
Yeah.
Crunch. That's how they make their money. Like, how do you think they afford $10 a month? They get you to pay at the beginning of the year, and then you forget about it, and it's like, oh, it's only $10. So I'll just pay it again. I don't want to have to go in there. So
That's how
it's
they
smart
get you to
business
making you
moves.
go in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, you can just tell them. I think you can just tell them I'm not doing that, but then you'll just pay. So
Yeah, I had to cancel my Crunch membership when I moved down here. And it was, oh, you've got to pay for this month plus the cancellation fee plus this, and you got to come in and talk to us and show us ID. So it's that indeed was a hassle.
I'm pretty sure they do a 3 month cancellation. Like you pay three, you have to cancel 3 months ahead of time. Like you tell
Yeah,
them
it's
that you're
something like
canceling, which I know about that because I used to work at a gym that did that. I'm very well versed in the ins and outs of those subscriptions and how they get you. Although I was pretty nice. I was a nice guy. I was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. Just let me save your money.
shit down here, Jim.
Yeah. All right. Let's wait. All right. Next one. Okay. Oh. All right. Plain poop. Now that you can take
Oh, I'm
that.
excited.
So I'll read the story. This is from the New York Post. The title: Plane passenger poops pants on or during a flight and smears it on the seat, spread out like peanut butter. I don't. That's just a disgusting headline. I think that would avoid me from clicking on this headline more than anything. Just gross. Somebody shit all in their seat. What is there to even talk about? I feel like when people are on planes, they just lose all sense of social experience.
What's the protocol from a air traffic control standpoint there? How do we react to that? Because you can ground the plane, but you don't want to keep people in the air.
I almost I mean the poop is a problem. Like that would be an issue to deal with in the flight, but I would almost say it's already here. It's going to take us, I would assume, about 30 minutes to really ground the plane, unless, I mean, it was 20 minutes into the flight. So
Oh, that's
maybe, I don't know how
horrible.
long the flight was, but I would just say, fuck it, let's just go.
Just
Let's
ride it
just make
out.
it there. If it's like I feel like if it's more than 3 hours, I would say, all right, let's ground it.
Yeah, imagine an international flight there too, maybe 12, 14 hours.
Well,
You can't stay on the
luckily it
plane.
was 20 minutes in the flight.
The flight itself was 20 minutes?
No, no, no. Luckily, it was only 20 minutes into the flight because imagine it being an international flight and you're over the ocean. Where are you gonna go?
True. Dude, they're
Um,
just not the ideal
let me,
scenario.
yeah, let me see what the flight was. I don't know if they're gonna share where it was going. I don't think they're gonna. Oh, here we go. Uh, we're on a connecting flight from Birmingham to Atlanta en route to Key West. So that's not bad. That's like a
Birmingham to
30-minute
Atlanta.
flight in general.
Bro, that's like an hour and a half drive. No, it's probably more than that, but
Yeah, I don't know why you're flying. Because then
I'd
it
rather
was a
drive
connecting
than sit
flight.
through that.
Yeah, it was a connecting flight. So maybe they just didn't want to pay for parking. But like that, if it's 20 minutes into the flight, what is that? A 30-minute flight? You got to deal with poop for 10 minutes.
That one's
I've dealt with
doable.
poop for longer than that. Yeah. Uh, I and this I guess this kind of relates to another one that we have on here. I figure we should just cover it. I'll just erase it from here. People are upset about the wheel not being used, whatever. Just kids on a flight because this person apparently had their 8-year-old daughter on, and they asked if the daughter pooped themselves. Um, there's another story about how a family of 4 booked a flight. They had 4 seats. Obviously, there's only 3 seats per row. It says they sat one child, a 5-year-old child, in the row where they only had 1 seat. They sat the 5-year-old child alone, and then the mother, the father, and then the other child are sitting in the row next to them. And then the mom comes up to the 2 people sitting next to the 5-year-old child and says, "Hey, can you guys switch so I can sit next to my kid?" And they paid to sit alone. They paid to sit next to each other.
The art of switching seats on a plane is a very interesting topic. Whereas, like, you have every right to ask, "Hey, can we switch?" And that person has every right to either say yes or has every right to say no. Go fuck yourself. And the reaction to people saying no just doesn't make sense to me. Just,
People, I think people think they're just the only ones that exist on the planet.
I mean, when you're on an airplane, people, yeah, they become the worst people you've ever met in your entire life. Maybe they're just like that
Yeah,
at their day to day life.
I think people, I mean, they just weren't told no as kids. Like that's pretty pretty reasonable explanation. Um, this person's parents just never said no. I mean, if I have like a good seat, I'm just not giving it up unless you're a veteran or you're disabled. I feel like those are the two. For your kid, most likely not. You can sit alone,
Yeah,
basically.
it's a feel thing. You gotta know who's the right person to give up a seat for. If
I
it's
feel I
some,
mean, I don't want to force a kid to sit alone. That's wrong. But I'll force a parent to sit alone.
happily,
Yeah. They're they're perfectly fine. Like I've seen where people ask like people in first class to switch. I've never even rode
you,
first class, but I'd be like, fuck you. No.
you're in the same area anyways. It's not like you're gonna lose the person. Like,
Yeah.
suck it, Buttercup.
They were in like rows. They were in the same row as well. Like the kid was sitting right next to them, just across the aisle. It's I feel like that's not even a big deal.
What's the issue?
Yeah.
I
People,
hate
I feel
people.
like, yeah, people are miserable. All right, let's move to the next one. I kind of hope we get Immaculate Grid. That's always my favorite to do. All right, name an athlete. Just name an athlete. Any athlete. Name an athlete.
Oh man, are we restricted to a certain sport, or are we going?
There's just anyone that comes up.
Okay, you texted me that topic, and the first name that came to mind was Bobby Jenks. Do you remember Bobby Jenks?
I'm
Look
looking
at
him up
that
right now. I
goatee.
don't really.
Anyone listening needs to look up Bobby Jenks and look at that goatee. That man had
Oh, I
80
remember
grade
this
facial
guy.
hair. And yeah, he's a fat ass dude, sick facial hair, pumped 102. The guy was an electric factory.
He had a career-ending back surgery.
Yeah, he dealt with injuries at the back end after the trade to the Red Sox and whatnot. But in his prime with the White Sox, I think he was on the World Series winning team in 2005. But that guy chucked cheddar. So
He did
he's been on
not
the mind
last
lately.
long.
Those guys back then that threw 100 plus never did.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, hold on. I mean, he was in 348 games. He was a reliever though. I was looking at his record for a second.
Yeah, no, he was a closer for I think 98% of his career.
No, he was in he played 6 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Career 3.53 ERA. That's I mean for a guy with that goatee, that's pumping. He's pumping.
He threw.
In '05, his first year, he had a 2.75 ERA when they won the World Series. Um, the year after that, it wasn't that great. I mean, I think he was an all-star. I assume that's what the star next to this means. He had a 4 ERA,
Yes.
and then the year after that, he had a 2.77.
Yeah, the guy was nasty for a while. Great body, great facial hair, great fastball. I was stoked when the Red
He
Sox
was
got him.
he was at that size where your body just breaks down though so quickly. It just can't handle the weight.
I mean, it worked for CC Sabathia, so who knows? Could have worked
I have I every time I see name an athlete, I think of Donald Brown, running back for the Colts. Um, Donald Brown. I'm just gonna cut that out. Donald Brown, running back for the Colts. That's always a guy I think of. He's like a mid-level career running back. If you've ever seen the video of Peyton Manning running a bootleg, and you hear him yell,
And he's
"Damn it,
screaming at
Donald!"
Donald. Yeah.
Yeah, That's Donald Brown. I mean, I don't think he has any sort of crazy stats or anything. He
No,
was
he didn't have any
drafted
more
in
than like 800 yards in the season.
yeah, he was drafted in '09. That sounds about right. I mean, the Colts never had running backs too. The most he had was 645 in 2011 when the Colts had the number one pick. Like they were the worst team in the league
Overshoulder.
that year. Yeah, 645. He actually averaged 4.1 yards a carry. So, not bad. Um, he had an 80-yard touchdown in 2011. Clearly not listening to the tank rule. Um, and yeah, he had 1,000 receiving yards in total in his career. And how many games started? 88 games. So
So
I
he
don't know
sounds like
why. I
a
always think
pretty
about him.
he sounds like a pretty solid, maybe back kind of guy.
Probably. I mean, he averaged 7.9 attempts per game. The most he had was 10.8 in 2012. Actually, that was Luck's first year. We were also throwing the ball like 60 times a game that year too. So not really a shocker. But Donald Brown, congrats, Donald Brown. I'd love to have him on the show.
Yeah, what a guy.
Just to ask him what he's doing.
What's it like
All
to get
right.
screened at by Peyton Manning?
I feel like he did that a lot.
Too.
Yeah. Jeff,
Oh,
I'll ask Jeff. What were you doing against Minnesota, dude? What was going on there?
I see more and more clips of Peyton Manning just screaming at his teammates, and I kind of love it.
He hated his teammates on the field because they were never as good as he was.
It's kind of high bar to set.
Maybe like Marvin Harrison. He loved Marvin and Reggie. Like that was pretty much it. Edge, but like I feel like they were never Peyton Manning level.
A few are, especially in Indianapolis Colts history.
Yeah, that's true. All right, next one. Probably the last spin. We're at about 30 minutes. Try and keep the Monday episodes a little shorter now. Oh, we'll spin again. Oh, the NCAA 24 video game. They're supposed to release the trailer at halftime of the national championship game, and nothing happened. They didn't do anything. They lied to us. They scammed us. They got us to actually watch the national championship, basically.
I was kind of waiting for it while watching the game, and I didn't know when to look or what to look for, and it kind of just left me at the end going, why? Well, what was the point of even bringing anything up about it?
Yeah, I hope they don't make it Madden. Like, they can't make it Madden. Because I feel like that's what they're going to do. And it's just going to be like, oh, well, this is the exact same game we've had for the last 20 years.
I mean, how much different can they really make it? Is the thing.
I mean, they could add, because I think in like the old NCAA games, they had like, you could have like a girlfriend. It was like kind of like almost like GTA. Like they've put it like, if you could play football in GTA, that's almost what they did. Like it wasn't as bad, but they would do a lot more. Like it felt like a My Career type of thing in 2K.
Yeah, I'd be pretty enthusiastic about that, honestly.
And just
but who the hell knows where we're going to get the game.
Like recruitment, like going to recruiting visits and like having to, answer question or ask questions to the recruits. I feel like that would be really fun, especially if you're doing like a franchise mode as the head coach or as like
flip
the
script,
athletic director.
Yeah, you be like the coach and show up to you choose the high schools you go to or where you're going to recruit out of, and then you create the offers for the kids. Now it could be less opportunities with the NIL stuff. They could incorporate that into the game. I think that would be cool move.
Yeah. Who should be the cover athlete?
Would they go with somebody from this past year or somebody who's going to be playing next year, though?
I feel like because they always do it from the year before. So I feel like they would do Caleb Williams. That's like the front runner.
I was going to say Marvin Harrison.
Or Marvin Harrison, one of the two.
I could see it being Harrison. Ohio State's got more marketability than USC, I think.
I would love for them to go back. Like go into the years when they didn't maybe do all of them, like all of the possible cover athletes from when the game didn't exist or when they didn't make the game, and combine them into one big thing.
Yeah, just a bunch of just college football legends. What's the last NCAA game that's come out? What year was it?
I'm looking that up right now. 14. So that was
14.
Who's the running back on that? I can't see. See, I can't pick out college guys a lot of times.
Was it the Texas?
Denard Robinson.
No, I'm not familiar.
He played for Michigan. Yeah. He played for Michigan. He played for the Jags for 3 years.
Put on that?
Let me think. So for the 14
the first name that came to mind was T-Law. I'm not thinking.
Yeah, you got to put it. I feel like you should put him. Burrow, you got to put Burrow.
Jefferson, probably.
Who was 18 and Watson? I feel like you got to put Deshaun Watson in there.
I feel like that's the one you can maybe leave off. Oh, we forgot about him. Whoops. Or a sick cover would be the pick of Jadeveon Clowney laying out the ball don't lie play. I forget who that was. It Michigan? No, they weren't playing Michigan. Who are they playing in that?
Hold on. Oh, was it Michigan State?
It might have been, but just a cover of Clowney hitting the guy, the ball coming. That
Hold
would be
on,
a
here we
sick.
go. I got it right here. Oh yeah, it was Michigan. It was the Outback Bowl.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Literally, the first comment I see says, "Still don't get why that Clowney play is such a big deal. Typically, that's what happens when you're able to hit somebody unblocked. I've seen harder hits in high school."
That's a ball take.
What a loser! This is on Facebook. That was the first video that popped up was a Facebook video. So, I mean, that makes sense.
Was it that play that kind of cemented him as the number one pick? Well, I
I
know he was
feel
supposed
like
to
it
be at
did.
least top three, top.
He's had a really weird career. Like he's
So weird.
made a good amount of money, and he's I mean, I think he's a great player still, but he goes everywhere. He's like he's a journeyman, but I feel like talent wise, he's not journeyman talent.
He was supposed to be a generational edge guy. Now he's just kind of floating where he's needed.
Yeah, he gets a bad rap for obviously he's not what he was expected, but he's still a major impact player to me. Like he was in Houston for those first 4 years, went to Seattle for one, Tennessee for one, played in Cleveland for two. Now he's in Baltimore. He'll probably not go back to Baltimore. I think he's on a 1-year deal too. But like considering everything, I still think he's had a great career.
I mean, you played more than 5-6 years in the NFL. I'd take that.
Yeah, easy. I'm gonna give you the cover athlete right now. I just thought of it. Immediate reaction. And it's not even an athlete. Nick Saban.
That would be a good one.
It's gonna be Nick
But
Saban.
a send-off
He's
tribute
not an
cover.
athlete. Or they're gonna do where did he play? He played college ball somewhere. He played I wanna say it was like Louisiana Tech, maybe.
I'm not familiar with his playing career.
I know he played somewhere. Oh, Kent State. He played at Kent State. They might do a
Oh,
picture of him at Kent State.
the Flashes? Is that there? The Golden Flashes? Julian Edelman's alma mater?
Oh, that's Edelman's alma mater? I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
Edelman was a quarterback there.
Kent State University. Let's see. There's nothing even flashers. Where's the flashers? Golden flat on the Golden Flashes. Golden Flashes. That's hilarious.
Nick Saban should be the face of that school.
I can see Saban right now being on the cover, and I'm looking at the photo right now. I can shoot you the link. Are you on your phone or the computer?
I've got both here.
Let me copy link address. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. This would be the photo.
Which one are you looking at? Oh, those are some good ones.
Oh, they're not. It's the one where he's standing with his hands out, and it's the black and white one. And I'll anyone who's listening or watching, I'll put it in the video when I edit this. But
yeah, they could do that with like a little faded picture in the background of him holding up the Natty trophy.
Yeah,
I feel like
this is guaranteed.
Go crazy hard.
This is actually. I think this is a great idea. This is a fantastic idea.
What are the betting odds on these cover athletes here? Are you putting Saban at plus 300? I don't know if he's betting odds for it, but
I think there is. There's betting odds.
I'm saying your hypothetical odds.
Oh, I feel like Saban would be plus like 750. Caleb Williams, he's the Heisman winner. I feel like he's got to be the number one guy. He's like he's the Heisman winner, and he's like the biggest, the quote biggest prospect to come out. I don't think he's the biggest prospect to come out, but I think he's a bust.
I'm starting to doubt on him just because he's probably not going to fall to 3 to the Patriots. So it's Jaden Daniels or Drake May season, I guess.
Marvin Harrison Jr. for you guys. Marvin Harrison Jr. wants to come to the Colts, though.
I mean, what?
He said so. He said in a tweet.
Yeah, good. You can have Anthony Richardson overthrown by another 25 yards. Good.
Hey. Oh, whoa. Don't speak ill
I'm
of
a
the
Florida
dead.
fan. I'm a Florida fan. I'm the biggest AR hater in the world.
Caleb Williams is at plus 225 right now.
Oh, there's actually
Money
odds
line.
for it?
Yeah. Marvin Harrison Jr. plus 500. Quinn Ewers, which is kind of crazy to me. He's plus 600. And Michael Penix is plus 750.
I'd rather have Arch Manning than Ewers.
I wonder where Arch is. I wonder
There's
they
no
don't have
shot
him on
he's
here.
anywhere close. No. That would be blasphemous. That'd be like putting Taylor Swift on the cover of Madden.
Oh, here's my idea. Collage of previous Heisman winners.
Yeah, I
That's
think
plus
that's
1,500.
definitely a possibility.
That has to be a possibility. There is no Nick Saban, though.
So maybe you sprinkle some money on it, the plus 50,000 or whatever it can be.
I wonder, maybe the Hard Rock Bet app has it. Let's have a look. I can't imagine the Hard Rock Bet app
No
would
shot.
have it.
I was just in there looking the other day. I didn't see anything like that, but
For cover winners or cover odds for that.
yeah, I wasn't looking specifically for that, but I
Oh yeah,
didn't see anything about it.
all leagues. Here we go. Football, NCAA football. Oh yeah, they only have championship winner.
But it's worth a look though, because I guess you can bet. I saw on Twitter you can get odds and lines for who's on the Epstein list.
You can bet on the president. Like every 4 years, you can put in a bet on elections.
That's unreal.
I might start doing that if Hard Rock Bet app offers that. That's a problem. I'm gonna be the biggest political guy of all time.
If Vegas gambling gets involved with the presidency in the election, I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know what.
well, speaking of that, I'll bring this up. The NFL is looking into buying a stake in ESPN. They're like seriously looking into it. And ESPN now has a sports book. So the NFL would have a stake in a Penn Gaming sports book.
That could either create some very sketchy situations or just some very angry fans looking for an excuse.
I think they would lose fans. I really do. The NFL is like almost undefeated. They're like almost unbeatable. But I think if they did that, they would lose some fans. They lost fans after the Kaepernick thing, and Nike. There's still people who won't buy Nike because of the Kaepernick thing. Which I'm not making a political statement, but that is true. Like that is absolutely true. Which I love Nike products. I don't care about that.
I mean, yeah,
they're good products.
I'm not a big Kaepernick guy. I'm not gonna. I'm not joining the movement. So the boycott.
If Kaepernick's out there for Dallas, if we're talking new quarterback, Kaepernick's out there.
I'd rather see them take another shot with. I'm blanking on his name now. Cooper Rush.
Cooper? What about Ben DiNucci?
Oh, the GOAT.
Who was the other guy? Oh, McSorley. He got dropped
McSorley,
from
Patriots legend. Pat's just
yeah. They dropped him. Yeah,
dude, he threw it on a dime. There was that whole song about him. Like that guy
he's
was
not even
everyone's
trying.
favorite. He was America's quarterback for about 6 weeks on social media.
Yeah, that was a great time.
Ben
that was an awesome time.
And Mike Glennon, and is there another one? I don't know. I feel like Bailey Zappi would have been
there was
memeable quarterback.
One of the backups this year. They had one. I can't remember who it was.
I can't either.
Because there were so many backups this year. I mean, good lord.
Why aren't these backups this year being memed like they were at that point in time? Give me some Bailey Zappi memes. Give me some Jake. We've seen Jake.
Well, have you seen Browning's girlfriend?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was leaning towards, but
he got memed a good amount. That outfit though, I gotta see Taylor in that in the divisional round.
Was it not freezing cold? Does that kind of outfit like Warm you up? What?
They're in the suite.
I
They don't care.
thought she looked outside. Look close enough for the clip.
Maybe it was an open air suite, but still. I know Taylor was in the suite yesterday, and the Swifties were freaking out about what she was going to wear because it was going to be so cold. I was like,
Yeah, you couldn't even tell because the window was frozen.
yeah. I saw a video of her, though, and I've been back in on Taylor now because she's like a real football fan. She at least seems like it. There was a video of her yesterday, just the whole suite was dancing, and she was hitting it. She was hitting that
And she
shit.
was getting a lot of hate for that. Like
Yeah. No, I
I'm as
liked
big
it.
an anti-Swifty as anybody, but I think she's getting a little too much hate now. Like,
Yeah, I think it's gone back around. I love her music too. I love Taylor Swift. Like,
you
don't
know,
nobody jump on me for that. But I love Taylor Swift's music.
it doesn't hit the same as it used to. But I digress.
Whatever the new one was, Lavender Haze, I wasn't a big fan of that. But like Romeo and Juliet, listening to that one, just she's got some elite ones out there, and I don't think you can deny it.
No, but I don't think you can touch her early country vibes.
Absolutely
That
not.
was prime.
I want to hear the old one where she's like saying a bunch of homophobic stuff in it because I want to hear what she had to say. I'm sure it's
Oh
out there on
damn!
YouTube. But
Hopefully,
all right, well, I think that's it. We will see you guys on Thursday. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, a checklist of things I'm supposed to say. But and check out our TikTok. We're doing this new little video series. If the college football playoff took over the NFL, I'm doing 2021, or that just released Sunday night tonight. So check that out. And thank you to Caleb. You'll see more of him definitely, probably in February when pitchers and catchers report. And we'll see you next week.